You guys know King Dollar. I just bought a book, by the way, called King Dollar about, what the future of the dollar might be, because we've been in a dollar dominant era. As you guys know, the dollar's been pretty weak, basically post-Trump tariff announcement, but especially with all the conflict lately and the big, beautiful bill, dollar's been pretty bad. People don't have a lot of confidence in it. This week particularly, in fact, yesterday particularly, both Europe and China started piping up, bro. China piped up and said, hey, maybe it's time for the RMB, time for the yuan to get a shot at the crown. They're piping up. We have excessive reliance on a single currency. What we need is a lot of currencies, okay? A checks and balances system. And then also, same time, an opinion article from Christine Lagarde, head of the European Central Bank, stepped up and said this is time for the global euro moment. People are coming at the king, dude. Everyone's seeing weakness in the dollar and trying to step up. But what's funny is the only one winning right now is gold. Which just passed the euro, which is insane, in foreign reserve holdings from central banks. It's now dollar number one, gold number two, which is like unheard of. It was euro number two forever. Central banks have bought 1,000 tons of gold per year for the past 3 years. US dollar, gold, other currencies, euro. Which country has the most gold? It's a fucking great question. I've been researching that myself because the official answer is the United States, and it's not close. It's actually, if you talk about average people's holdings, it might be India. But they talk about central bank holdings, like how much the government owns. It's supposed to be the United States. However, my understanding is that China has a lot more than their official reserves let on, and is either number two or possibly even number one. And then obviously, a lot of these places have changed because this is 2019, and people have been buying thousands of tons since the war in Ukraine. So it's been a shakeup. Why is Germany so high? They own a lot of fucking gold. What do you mean tell? Germany's a fucking huge economy, dude. Germany's fourth largest? US, China, Germany, California, Japan? Yeah, it's Germany 3. I was right. US, China, Germany, Japan, India. India might have passed Japan, actually. I know Japan's been falling this year. They fell off for real, for real. Who chooses when gold goes up? I do not know how I can even explain the concept of a market price to you. Nobody chooses. No, it's not a human being choosing it. Okay, if you go to eBay and see Charizards going for $100,000, do you think someone chose that? Like Nintendo just said that's what it's worth? It's the price. It's the price from people bidding it up. Then who puts the price on my tacos? Well, that is a price that people choose. The guy selling your tacos does choose a price, but if he chose a price too high, nobody would buy it. Same with the gold, or same with the price is determined by the people's willingness to buy. You're not making any sense? All right, you're right. No, actually, I'm lying. I'm lying, and I just didn't want you to figure it out. There's one person, and he picks the price of everything. And if that guy wasn't so damn greedy, the prices would go down. There's one guy, and he sits there and goes, hee, today I'll make gas more expensive. And he presses a button, and he makes it more expensive. Today I'll make the food at the grocery store. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. Joe Biden just sits there pulling levers and making things more expensive. He's the price mancer, and it's f***ed up. And he fell asleep leaning on the egg button recently. That's why the prices went so f***ing catastrophic. Tell him to lower the price of Switch 2 games. You don't understand that he gets a visceral pleasure out of your discomfort. That's why he greedily raises the prices on everything from his f***ing ivory tower. If someone could make gold tomorrow, would the world collapse? No, the world wouldn't collapse, but it would be calamitous. You know, if someone could make gold, they would just become very wealthy. If someone was determined to make gold valueless and they made so much gold that it like made gold worthless, then yeah, I guess realistically they would keep it to themselves and make a ton of fucking money. What if Pokemon just started selling PSA 10 cards from the factory? I assume this is obvious, but like people should understand this. They started doing that, the price would go down. Not because anyone knows about it, not even if they did it in secret. When I say printing money leads to inflation, people go, just don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody that. Just print it in secret and then there'll be no inflation. And that's not how it works. The existence of more money chasing the same number of goods causes the prices to rise. Just like the existence of 1,000 more Charizards PSA 10 printed from a factory would cause the prices to go down, even if nobody knew that they were printed. There would just be more supply on the market. So you're saying that everyone is psychic and can count all the money in the world. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Charizards were already printed in a factory. I'm saying more Charizards. Are you understand what I'm saying? There's already a certain amount of Charizards, and they're rare, and they're scarce, and they're worth a lot. So if they print more, it's not like they're printing free $100,000 tickets, okay? Every new one they print will bring the price down because they're less scarce. Is that... What if I with Blastoise more? That's a good question. What if you with Blastoise more? That is a good question. I never thought about that. And it actually really undermines my point. Because if you with Blastoise more, then it wouldn't matter how many Charizards they print. You would just not want to buy one because you want that sick Blastoise, that turtle. He's got Hydro Pump, and that's super effective. If everything in the world costed less, would the value of the dollar go down? Everything in the world costing less means the value of the dollar has gone up. You're getting more for your dollar. If you can buy one bread with $1, and now you can buy 2 breads for $1, the value of your dollar has gone up. So how would that... I'm not dodging the question. Your question doesn't make sense. What if we print 50% fake money so we really get double because no one can tell, but actually only have half inflation? This is gibberish. This is gibberish. It doesn't make any sense at all. What are you even saying? Probably a better idea than f***ing Trump. I'll tell you that. Maybe this will work. It's better than tariffs. So you're saying if we go woke, we go broke. Yes. Finally, someone gets the lesson I'm trying to make. That's what I was trying to get at. And I think you did understand that. Oh, yeah, another piece of news that happened today. Yeah, so I watched Jerome Powell today. Our good man, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, spoke today about whether or not he will raise or lower interest rates. Now, if you don't know, very simple primer, because interest rates can be boring. If the Fed raises them, that means they want to fight inflation and it slows the economy down. If they lower them, that means they want to fight job loss and speed the economy up, okay? But it's dangerous for inflation. If they keep them flat, that means they kind of don't know which way the wind is blowing and they want to keep their options open. Jerome Powell has been doing this one, ding, 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 every single meeting for like the past couple years. Today, he announced, surprise, surprise, he's doing this again. Every time he does this, Trump gets madder. Every single time he does this, Trump tweets even more angry stuff at him because Trump really wants him to put it down. He wants him to lower interest rates and juice the economy. It's not just Trump. Every leader ever wants this. Every president ever, every leader, they always want rates to go down because it helps in the short term, but maybe leads to inflation after that. And so you want the Federal Reserve to be independent and not cave to pressure because they have to make hard choices like raising it or keeping it flat. So he's called Jerome every name in the book. Now it's worth noting that Trump appointed Jerome Powell. He calls him dumb so often you might think Biden appointed him, but he didn't. Trump did. Trump appointed Jerome Powell.
It's a shame. This guy, do you ever have a guy that's not a smart person and you're dealing with him and you have to deal? He's not a smart guy. He's worried about inflation. I said, that's right. If there's inflation in 6 months or 9 months, you lower the rates or you raise the rates. You can do whatever you want, Brian, right? So let's say there's rampant inflation, which there's none. You know what there is? There's success. I got a call from Congress last night. Sir, there's a problem. I said, what is it? Money is pouring in. We don't know how to account for it.
Oh, well, pardon me then. I didn't know Congress was calling you and saying, sir, we have too much money pouring in. We don't know what to do. I guess Jerome Powell's dumbass better listen and lower the rates. He just tweeted about him like right now. Wait, we got a breaking news live tweet. Powell is the worst. This is 27 minutes ago. Powell is the worst. A real dummy who's costing America billions.
$88 billion came in from tariffs. No inflation. And it's going to get even more so. I know what I'm doing. So we have a stupid person, frankly, at the Fed. He probably won't cut today. Europe had 10 cuts, and we had none. And I guess he's a political guy. I don't know. He's a political guy who's not a smart person, but he's costing the country a fortune. So what I'm going to do is, he gets out in about 9 months.
So there was a talk earlier, possibly, of Trump replacing Jerome Powell or trying to fire him, which is without legal precedent. And Jerome said he would fight against. It looks like it's not going to happen. There's a lot of danger of a president trying to get rid of a central bank authority because it undermines confidence in that country's central bank, which is really important. Confidence is a really important thing. And so he's not going to do it, but Jerome Powell's term is up in early 2026, at which point Trump will be willing to hire whoever he wants, though he's got a plan for the man for the job.
Too late. I call him Too Late Powell because he's always too late. I mean, if you look at him, every time I did this, I was right 100%. He was wrong. Maybe I should go to the Fed. Am I allowed to appoint myself, Doug? I don't know. Am I allowed to appoint myself at the Fed? I do a much better job than these people. Too late. I call him Too Late Powell.
So maybe he could be president and chairman of the Federal Reserve. Now, he's joking. He's going to pick someone else, but I think the goal clearly is somebody who is completely lockstep with him and basically a mouthpiece for what he wants, which is slam interest rates down. God willing, we don't get Howard Lutnick or Ron Vara. And then even when they were asking him questions about Iran, he was still jumping back to Jerome Powell.
So, do you think it's too late to now?
Really, nothing's too late. The only thing too late is Powell. Powell's too late. Too late, Powell.
This all sounds bad. Yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I mean, today nothing happened. He just held its rate steady and Trump talked shit. The problem will be in 9 months when he replaces him. I think Powell's done a decent job, although he was really late on him. He was too late on inflation, actually. He was too late to raise rates. I don't know if he's too late to lower them, but he was too late to raise them.